Hello everyone. Today I'm gonna show you my sketchbook. Yeah, this is actually my first sketchbook which I have maintained. इससे पहले जितनी भी थी I have started but then didn't actually finish it. This is my last year's sketchbook 2021. So I'll start with that. I have another one also which is this. So this is the sketchbook which I'm currently using. So I'm not gonna show you this one today. This is watercolor sketchbook 245 GSM. Let's start the sketchbook tour. So now the first drawing which I have made is the watercolor drawing. Now since this sketchbook says it's a watercolor sketchbook, so I've tried watercolor on it, but it actually didn't work out that properly क्योंकि इसमें वाटर अब्जॉर्ब बहुत ही ज़्यादा हो रहा था. But then I've realized this is not going to work for watercolor, so I've started doing the ink work. Now the ink work I have tried to do it every day thoda thoda. I've tried to do different sorts of sleeves, obviously not the realistic ones but the quite not the hyper realistic, I would say. Yeah, so these are the few chota drawings which I have tried to do because these things were helps in making a composition, and wo fill-ups में these things work a lot. Then this bird drawing I have now. For all this, like from here till here, even this one also. The pen I have used is a fine liner 0.2 mm. So and this thing I think I have made in 10 minutes. So it's a 10-minute sketch, and the background may I have made I have given a liquid wash background. Like this is the liquid ink, so diluted with the water, and with this brush I have made basically filled up the background. More the ink you take, the darker it will be. More water you're gonna take, the lighter it will be. So yeah, that's about this sketch. Now this one is nothing but a simple fish drawing. I always love drawing fishes. Mainly their tail part of it. So ye wala area is my most favorite thing to draw. Now here also I have given a slightly off-centered sort of a background, just for the aesthetic thing. Like I was experimenting, and throughout the sketchbook I was experimenting. This one here, this sketch I have made with the, like I have shown different kind of cactus here, and which has been kept in a pot. So that was the basic idea. Again, the pen I have used is 0.2 mm fineliner pen. You'll see me using that pen everywhere, almost everywhere. That's my basic pen. Without that pen I cannot draw ink work. And for the fill-ups, it's different. If you go to my previous video, I have showed you different pens for fill-ups also. So I have used one of those pens. I don't exactly remember like exactly which one, but yeah, one of those. So moving on, now this is again, okay, I'll show you the pen I have used. So this is Micron 0.2 mm fineliner pen. This is my basic and the most favorite pen. I use this pen all the time. Daily I have made with this pen, 0.2 mm, and the background is again with the liquid wash. Now for this background I haven't used this pen. What I did with this is कि इसका जो background है इस पे पहले I have applied water like we do it in watercolors, right? You can see the process video along with it. तो इसके लिए firstly I have applied the water at the background and then I have poured a few droplets, few ink droplets into at the surface of it. तो ये जो लिक्विड इंक है ये ऑटोमेटिकली वो स्प्लैश होता है, ऑटोमेटिकली ऑर्गेनिकली मूव होता है एंड आई रियली लव दैट टेक्सचर जो ऑर्गेनिकली बनता है व्हेन यू स्प्लैश इट एंड इट जस्ट स्टार्ट्स फ्लोइंग. तो विद दैट ये ऑटोमेटिकली खुद ही बना है. सो आई जस्ट डिड बेसिक ब्रश से ये पूरा आउटलाइन दिया. देन again the same thing has gone into this one also. The basic is this pen which I have used for making the drawing, making this, and the background is again with the liquid ink, with like pouring the liquid ink into the water surface and then it automatically move around and create a very interesting backgrounds. Here the major component or the major material that I've tried to use in a different way is this liquid wash, this liquid ink. So liquid ink, but I have tried to use it as a watercolor, but the kind of texture I was expecting or the kind of a finish you get with the finish or the rough thing which you get with the watercolor couldn't come here. तो ये वाला actually I think यहाँ पे problem क्या है, the problem was the paper. Earlier I told you ना कि ये वाला जो paper है it's not very good for the watercolors. तो I think the same problem was here too, क्योंकि ये वाटर कलर्स के लिए सूटेबल नहीं है, इतना अच्छा नहीं है. दैट्स वाई इस पे लिक्विड वॉश भी इतना अच्छा नहीं लग रहा था. बट आई हैव ट्राइड टू मेक create shadows and highlight. Now this one is again I have done this with a brush, taking the ink. No fine liner pen. I haven't used any fine liner pen in this. Maybe just for creating these crosses I think I've used it. Otherwise I haven't used any fine liner pen in this. For this I have used a brush with liquid ink, and this you were seeing is just an experiment. I was actually trying not to fill the background but the frame of it. So again the same thing, water and drops of liquid ink. Now this one is the poppies. Now the poppies, I drew poppies first, and then again the same thing. The background is with the liquid wash. Here you see the background is quite dark and quite even, I would say. For this thing I have used Micron fineliner 0.2 mm fineliner pen, my favorite so far. Now this one again I have tried again the same thing. I was like liquid wash with like watercolors, basically using the liquid ink like watercolor. I did it better here because I think I got an idea with those unsuccessful drawings कि कहाँ पे ज़्यादा लगाना है, how it moves, how it flows. I was quite accustomed to it, and I think that's how I have managed to make this drawing, raspberry drawing, and I think it has came out quite well. So yeah, that's about it. Now moving on, this one is just a rough drawing with this pen. I have showed you this pen in my pens collection also, and this is a very nice pen, Copic pen, And I have told you that this is not a jet black. This gives you a quite brown strokes. So but the reason why I don't use it that much is because it's quite thick for me. I use this kind of pen mostly. I mean this thickness mostly. That's why I don't use this pen that much, though I like it a lot. Now the next is again the ink wash. The entire drawing has been ink washed with the brush. Same thing, ink wash. जैसे वाटर कलर्स में पहले वाटर लगाते हैं फिर इंक लगाते हैं, वैसे इधर भी किया है. पहले वाटर लगाया है विद ऑन द ड्राइंग, देन ब्रश से इंक लेके फिर इसको लगाया है. द बैकग्राउंड इज विद acrylic. This one again quite loose sort of a style, loose ink wash, nothing specific about this. I mean there's no other material I have used. It's just a liquid wash and the brush, and that's all. Nothing else, no microns has been used, nothing else. Just वो brush से you get the loose florals जैसे watercolor से करते हैं वैसे ही इधर भी किया है. This one I just wanted to create some interesting background, but that didn't happen because वो ink कुछ ज़्यादा ही, I think I have poured a lot ink onto it, and this texture which you see here is has been created with the brush which has a fan sort of a structure. Now moving on to this one, again the same thing, not the same thing though. Now this drawing I have made with the dip pen. I'll show you. So yeah, this is the dip pen which I have used to create this drawing. Now this is another one of my favorite. Actually you could say कि इसके बाद में I love this pen. So this is another favorite. Now the plus point with this pen is the kind of strokes you get are very crisp strokes. Like ये वाला जो Micron pen होता है, ये आप कुछ time use करने के बाद में it gives you a very rough texture, but इससे you'll always get crisp strokes. इसको use कैसे करते हैं? You just have to dip it into the ink and then you have to use it like you use other pens. But yeah, you just need a little bit of practice to use it. So I would suggest you to, before starting any drawing, any of your first drawing, I would suggest you to just get comfortable with this pen. Just try making strokes with onto some rough paper or something, and then start with the drawing. And also it's important ki how much ink you take into the holder. This is a holder. So this is the holder. Don't take excess ink because otherwise there will be a chance that it will drip. It will drip into the drawing. So that won't be, that will ultimately ruin your drawing. That hasn't happened with me as of now, but yeah, there is a chance that it can happen otherwise, or else if you take excess of ink, then your strokes will be a lot lot thicker than expected. So आपको उसका ध्यान रखना पड़ेगा थोड़ा. Now the background is again ink wash. This one is here has been made entirely with the dip pen, with this pen. This is 001 size of a nib, made with this. So that's a big one, and the negative space is whatever is in the background.